Hi everyone, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Guardino, and I'll be your host once again. Well, this is going to be a significant week. As many of you may already know, that Mercury is turning retrograde on Wednesday the 21st, and it will remain in retrograde motion until February the 11th. But there's also a new moon on Tuesday. This new moon is in Aquarius. The Mercury is retrograding in Aquarius. In fact, Mercury is in Aquarius from the beginning of January through the middle of March. So depending on where Aquarius influences your individual horoscope or how it influences your sun sign, the Mercury is pointing to what your mind is on, what you're thinking about, what you're planning, what the decisions are about. And then, of course, the Mercury in retrograde is a very favorable time for regrouping, reflecting, re-editing, and making the necessary adjustments. So where Mercury is transiting in Aquarius and how that affects your individual chart, this is what your mind is focused on for January, February, the middle of March. But this new moon in Aquarius on Tuesday really starts to focus and concentrate that energy. Now, it is a time of new beginnings. And what's great about Aquarius is it thinks out of the box. It likes to take risks. It's inventive. It's innovative. And so this new moon is giving you the push to try something new, to break out of the old routine. But with Mercury in retrograde, maybe you're having to make these adjustments. Maybe you go 2 steps forwards and realize you didn't get it quite right. You got to step back. So there's a certain amount of adjustments. Now, the new moon cycle always lasts for 4 weeks. So that's going to go towards the end of February. But these first, for about the first 3 weeks, so most of the new moon energy is with the Mercury and retrograde. Now, you've all heard the mantra that don't sign contracts, try not to travel, or make travel plans because if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. They call Mercury in retrograde, you know, the planet that rules Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong. But so many times, the Mercury in retrograde doesn't even seem like it's affecting you. And when it does, it usually only creates all this misunderstandings, losing mail, and mistakes and so forth. When Mercury is turning retrograde around the 21st of January, or when it starts to turn direct on February the 11th. I have certainly seen a lot of craziness with Mercury in retrograde, and you're wondering, what was I thinking? Why did I make those choices? But also, just as well, I've heard from friends that I had lost contact with. And Aquarius, the sign of Aquarius, which is so accentuated, is the sign that represents friendships and group activities. Maybe you're wanting to join a new group, or you're realizing you need to make some adjustments and make this group dynamics work out for you. So these are all the adjustments with Mercury in retrograde. But the week begins on Monday, but even maybe Sunday night, with Venus in opposition to Jupiter. Venus is pleasure-seeking, it's creative, it's loving. And when it's opposite a planet, it's interacting with others, with outside influences, with expansive, optimistic Jupiter. So the Venus-Jupiter, you could be overly indulgent, go to a party. There might even be some real friendships and romantic energies. But I look at Venus-Jupiter as indulgent, maybe just doing too much of a good thing. And you have to be careful this time around because on the same day, particularly on Monday, Mars is aligning with Neptune. Mars is that assertive, action-oriented, aggressive planetary energy. But once every 2 years, when it aligns with Neptune, Neptune diffuses. Now, Mars-Neptune can be very favorable for charity work, working to help those in need. But Mars can rule muscles, and Neptune can rule rhythm and music. So it's good for dance, it's good for yoga, it could be good for dancing. But I'm thinking as the week starts out, with like Sunday night into Monday, with the Venus-Jupiter, there could be a bit of indulgence and having a good time. And then the Mars hits the Neptune, and you could be regretting it. This could be the alcohol or sugar hangover, or regrets that you impulsively spent too much money. And all that's happening on Monday, and then on Wednesday, the Mercury goes retrograde. So by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, you might even be wondering, what was I thinking on Monday or even Sunday night when everything was looking so good and wonderful, but you weren't making the best choices? But this Aquarius, where Aquarius falls in your chart, this is the focus for this next month. It's been building for the past month. And another positive, because the Mercury in retrograde will have you really revising and rethinking, re-editing this new direction, that Aquarius wants to do something innovative and different. But the new moon is going to be in favorable aspect to Saturn that's just moved into Sagittarius. And the Saturn can discipline, can contain, can help you channel this energy more slowly, cautiously, constructively. So many times with the Aquarius, you just get excited about all these new ideas. You're off to the races, Mercury's in retrograde, and you get all confused and you just change your mind. But with the Saturn influence, it can sustain these new goals, these new directions, and give you the discipline to really achieve most of these goals. I want to thank you for watching. I hope you tune in next week for my next segment. Until then, I hope you're well, and thanks for watching.